Hey folks, I'm here with Sean Baisden, aka Pitbull of Pitbull Shredding Solutions, with a new unique idea about what to do with blades.
Yeah, actually,
I've not heard about this before. A solution, yeah.
Solution, yeah.
Tell us more what you got.
There's a lot of people out there saying that they're recycling or that they're doing this or that with the wind turbine blades, and people like to munch them up and they like to burn them. I really don't consider that recycling, and a lot of manufacturers are definitely pushing back on that.
Okay.
Anything's better than putting them in the ground, without a doubt.
Sure.
But I just think there's a better use for it. So literally, we've been doing this since 2020, and in 2025, I took the year off and kind of sat back, and all the ways that was being done in prior to 2025 was just not efficient.
Okay.
Didn't have the throughput to keep up with the demand and the need out there. Obviously, there's millions of tons and continually growing every time when either they break or we're getting a recommission of a site. So took off 2025 after I split partnership with another recycling company that said they could do this and said they were the 800-pound gorilla, and obviously they weren't, and they're out of business now.
Oh.
So it would have been nice to have the solution, but they just didn't. So I took it off, stood back, and said there's got to be a better way to do this. So all last year, I literally reinvented the wheel when it came to how to process these blades and get an end product that could actually be used. And then I took the end product and I partnered up with Texas Tech University, and we developed a product and did testing, and then with another engineering firm came up with certifications that it could actually be used as a replacement for virgin fiber, as a strengthener to go into concrete. Now, there's other companies out there that talk about they can put this in concrete, but they don't have the certifications and they haven't put in the money and time that actually certifies that they could be used in that sector.
Okay.
So, which is great, and it's definitely an avenue, but I'm a guy who likes full circle. So I don't want I don't want to have to rely on an off-taker to say, hey, we want 100 tons this month. Oh, we want 10 tons this month. Oh, we can't use anything this month. So I like to be controlling my own destiny. So again, I have a great partnership with Texas Tech. So January, we went back to the drawing board, and I came up with the idea that I've had in the back of my head for a couple of years now, after driving by a railroad tie manufacturing facility that was up in Oregon. And I drove by and saw at the base of the mountain this endless railroad ties stockpiled as high as you could see, as long as you could see, and as far as you could see the other direction. And I was like, there's got to be a better thing. I mean, with all the negative aspects of using wood, and all the stuff that they put into it, the creosote that causes cancer, the short lifespan, the product that just, the wood works, but there's a better way, obviously. So I had that in the back of my mind, and January this year, I partnered up with Texas Tech, and I proposed this project to them. They were ecstatic to be able to come up and assist me on a compound that would use recycled wind turbine blades, components inside the railroad tie. So we've literally come up with a railroad tie that has a 50-year plus lifespan. And if you do ever damage, break it, whatever, you bring it back, I take it back for free, and I'll give you another one, and I'll munch it up and put it right back into the next railroad tie. So it's a circular product that will go right back into it. And it gets rid of all the negative things that's associated with a wooden railroad tie, the rot, the creosote that causes cancer, that leaks into our water system and into our water table. That's not good at all.
Right.
Not including the extended lifespan of it, and being able to create a circular product that will outlive the wood railroad tie, five folds. So I have a question for you, Brad.
Adam. That's
Adam.
all right.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Adam?
I'll be Brad.
You look like a Brad. Adam, so how many railroad ties do you think we replace every year in America alone? Just America.
How many
Throw a
railroad
number
ties
at
does
it.
America replace in a year?
Let's
I mean,
see.
I can reference like playing Monopoly or something here to answer this question. Let's go with,
Let me give you a hint.
let's
So
say
there's
1 million.
okay. Well, there's 3,600 in a mile.
3,600 in a mile. Oh, jeez. I don't know. Let's say how many miles do we replace a year? But they last like 50 years, right?
No.
No?
Last 50. Well, it depends on the environment where they are. Some last longer than
I would
others.
say, because I live next to the Loop in Tehachapi, California, and I would say that I see them replace like a decent size every 10 years or 10 to 15 years, like a bunch. Other than that, it's sort of onesie twosie.
Right.
But I don't see very many, and even at that, 50 in my little area at a time. So
Right.
I don't know how to
So,
work this formula.
In the average of the United States, we replace 20 million a year.
20 million.
20
I
million.
could have
a
said
year.
I was way off with my 1 million guess. By the way.
And we are on track right now to do 22 million this year alone. And literally the suppliers are like, we don't know how we're going to keep up
Oh,
because
this is
Man,
where
I will-
Pitbull steps in.
this
with
is where
blades.
I truly step in and have created something that is a circular product that can have and be the answer to the millions of tons that are coming out of use.
It's wild that you had this blade recycling problem.
Right.
And I love that you're applying a solution. I think it's wild that it became a railroad tie.
Yeah.
That seems so. I don't know how you come to that conclusion, but I don't know. It was your environment that you saw this problem as well.
Well, it's the same
Start to
reason.
put it together.
So I was in wind for 6 years before I started this whole adventure.
Okay.
And because me being I worked for General Electric, GE, and I was a commissioner, and I would do repowers, and I saw them cutting up the wind turbine blades and then burying them.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, there's got to be and I'm a problem solver. There's
Yeah.
got to be a better way than just burying these 20-ton non-decomposable hollow tubes that are 20,000 cubic feet of hollow tube. There's got to be a better way. So I, from my automotive and background, I used to have a salvage yard, and we had shredders. So we'd have a shredder once a year come out to the facility, and I would munch up cars that I had taken everything off that I didn't need anymore. So I was like, man, if we could shred a car,
Right.
we could shred a blade. So then I started 2020 doing all this research with all these companies, and there's a lot of shredders that cannot shred wind turbine blades. I thought cars were tough. Cars aren't crap compared to a wind turbine blade. It is some gnarly stuff, and we've had to, again, re-engineer the wheel. And, then you have dust mitigation and all kinds of other things that's associated, blade wear. It was a tricky problem to come up with a solution. So I started it as a mobile unit that we redesigned from an American-made company that I would actually go to a wind turbine site and munch up the blades right there on site. So then I could go from, instead of one truck, one blade leaving the product or leaving the site, we would go from one truck, 3 blades. And did that for a couple of years, and then ended up getting a facility in Lubbock, Texas. That's where our home base is. And changed our business model, and we still go out and we can get blades and bring them to a property and recycle them there, or people now bring blades to us as well. So we've got a 15-acre facility, 26,000 square foot location there, warehouse that we in-house and do all of our recycling in. So again, I came up with a way to process them, but I hate having to rely on somebody else being an off-taker.
Yeah.
So I came up with this, and we're going to produce 650,000 railroad ties next year with one line alone.
650,000 next year.
Which is
Sean,
hardly a dent in what's needed, but
No, but what's needed is a home for the blade.
100%.
I think that's what's needed.
100%.
Pitbull, I call you Pitbull. I love that you came up with a solution. You came up with a product. So you took a blade and you made it something else, because you're right. Lots of folks are just trying to figure out, where can I put this recycled material? I need to recycle it. Where can I put the material? And you came up with an innovative design and a solution and a product to sell, and a product that's likely going to help the environment as well.
100% is going to help the environment.
Not to mention, with this is probably a foundation of other products you'll likely work on,
probably so,
creating and producing, won't you? Because that's very clever. And man, I almost want to say, kudos and thank you for taking the time to figure out what to do with some blades.
Well, I mean, this, I think, can really affect a market that can have a sweeping effect across the United States. If I can take 10% of the 20 million, do 2 million in a year, release those 2 million pieces of wood. Like, I don't know how old you are. You look like a young, healthy man. Like, I'm in my 50s, and I remember buying a 2x4 that cost $1.88.
Oh yeah.
Now they're over $6.
Yeah.
So if I can release 2 million rarefied worth of wood back in the industry, back into America, back that can then be made for 2x4s, and reduce the price of wood, which will reduce the price of building a home, so people can hopefully get that American dream of home ownership at a cheaper price. That's where my end mind goes with this. Is
I love the passion. Pitbull is making homes affordable again.
We are trying.
I love it. Thank you for telling the story.
Thanks, Adam,
I think the design, the innovation, just the perseverance to come up with a product,
really
put back on the market. Very cool. Yeah, we'll be following this story.
Cool. Thanks for your time.
Enjoy
I really
the show.
appreciate everything you do for the industry.